Good morning, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of our virtual distance learning slash test preparation boot camp for the AP test on May 15th for AP Computer Science A. I hope you're all well. I miss you folks. It's so nice hearing from you either in the Zoom chat or emails or the one-on-one appointments you folks have set up. So nice to see you guys, and I hope all is well with you and your families. I'm just going to quickly go over what's going on this week, give you a little preview of where to do stuff, and then I'll get out of your way and let you do it yourself. So here's my document on the Google Classroom here. I tried to link directly to stuff whenever I could, so there's that. This week we're focusing on iteration, aka loops, so while loops, for loops. A lot of times the way that these loops are used on the AP test, specifically the free response, is to operate on strings, operate on array lists, and also to operate on arrays. So you'll see a lot of problems like that this week. So first, Code HS, the Unit 4 programming practice. For some reason it says Boolean. I don't know. It's the correct link. I just can't change this title for some reason. But if you go to the link and then click these blue buttons down here, you'll be able to go ahead and do the individual assignments. There were a couple hints that I came up with. 424 is a really tricky one. Make sure you're using compare to and to lowercase. That should be a good review of how to use compare to with strings. If you're saying, oh, I found another way to do it using, I don't know, there's like a method character.isDigit or something like that, or isAlpha, I wouldn't do it that way. I would just use stuff that's in the AP subset. So my solution for 424 involves compare to and to lowercase, and then in 4210, using to lowercase and to uppercase. Those are my hints for those. I did put links into some of the practice problems as well. There's some problems using loops on strings from Code HS, and some problems on arrays as well. Since there's mostly array list stuff going on in the free response questions, I thought not a bad idea to review how to operate on arrays. So that's the Code HS stuff. As for the Replit, I've got two of the problems, 2017 digits and 2018 word pair. They both involve array lists. 2017's digits involves an array list of capital I integers, that wrapper class. 2018's word pair involves an array list of strings and an array of strings. So you kind of get to use array lists and arrays in that one. And then there was a new practice problem that was just released relatively recently to try to get you folks ready for the AP test. So recently I couldn't add it to my Replit classroom, but I did put in a Replit link as well as a document with the instructions for that question. I highly recommend, I think I've said this before, I highly recommend you try writing it out by hand first, and then after you write it out by hand, you can type it into Replit to test it. And the tab that you're going to be writing your code in for that one is the review collector.java file. The other two files, main.java is where all the tests are. Product review is just a class describing a product review for that question. And then I did link the instructions for that one as well. Again, can't say it enough, highly recommend you try writing it out first, and then after you've written it out, then putting in the Replit. Now, really only digits and word pairs show up in the AP classroom, but again, please try to do the 2020 product review question. They're putting that question out there specifically for this year's AP test to try to prepare you, so I think it's probably really, really good practice to look at, but I won't be collecting that one. So again, 2017 digits, 2018 word pair, you should be able to access directly through my Replit classroom. I tried to move those two to the top. Let me know if that worked or not. They should be the two that have due dates of this Friday. And then there's this 2021 that's also on Replit but kind of separate. And I think what happens here is once you start typing anything, it should say, I don't know, return. Then it says cannot edit in read-only editor, and that'll make a copy for you, and then you can start editing your own copy, here. You can start typing in your solution. So there's that stuff from Replit. Went over CodeHS Replit. I put up the scoring guidelines for the 2018 word pair problem as well as the 2017 digit problem. I brought this up in our Zoom meeting last Friday. These scoring guidelines are really good to look at. You can kind of grade your own answer, as well as seeing pitfalls that other people had fallen into, stuff that the College Board's looking for, and then also their canonical solution, meaning the solution that they were thinking of when they actually wrote the problem. And so I linked to those as well. So those are there. I don't have the free response scoring guidelines for 2020 yet. I'll probably go over the scoring guidelines in our meeting on Friday. So lastly, in the should do column here, some Mr. Foster stuff. I'm going to post the link to this video right here. It's kind of a recursive definition. I'm going to put the link there where you can click on the link and see this video that you're watching now, which will tell you to click that link there. You see where I'm going. I'm going to have a Zoom meeting on Friday at 11 a.m. A couple students said that was a better time than 10 a.m. because there was some overlap. There's going to be some times when there's just going to be conflicts with timing, and it's not something I can necessarily work out. I will record that, and I've been posting the recordings as well for people that couldn't make it to last Friday's meeting, so there's that. If you want some one-on-one time where you can share your screen and I can look and try to help you out, this link here is called a Doodle Schedule, and you can click any of these appointment times. You click on one, it'll set up an appointment time where you can share your screen and we can talk over a problem and all that stuff. And then lastly, you could also shoot me an email, and in your email put in a screenshot, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If for some reason I miss it, just shoot me reply to the email you sent me and say, Mr. Foster, I think you missed this one. I promise it's not anything intentional. It's just a lot of emails come my way, as you can imagine. So that's all the should do stuff. Can do. You could do the Unit 4 unit quizzes on CodeHS. Even though those are multiple choice, they're still good practice, really. YouTube, some free response answer videos for the digits problem, as well as the word pair problem. They're not me solving them, but they are another AP computer science teacher who's qualified, so you can watch those solutions if you're really struggling. They can help you kind of walk through the problem solving process. The other ones that I have linked down here are directly from the College Board. And so the College Board's chosen some master teachers. I was busy, obviously. The college, well, they wouldn't take you. Is that what you're trying to tell me? The College Board took some master teachers and had them go over some topics that were going to be important this year. I tried to put all of them in that involve array lists this week, since we're, talking about iteration and you have to loop over array lists and all that stuff. So they've already done 2 of these on Introduction to and Traversing Array Lists, aka looping over array lists, and array list methods. And then they're going to have some sessions on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, more stuff with array lists. So algorithms using array lists and searching, algorithms using array lists and if-else statements, and algorithms using array lists and for while loops. And again, these are super good teachers, and it's instruction coming directly from the College Board, where they've selected some stuff that's going to help you directly on this year's AP test. The ones on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that I've got linked to here, you could participate live, and from what I understand, they'll be monitoring chat, and you can ask questions and stuff like that and participate. If you can't make it live, this link will also just take you, so if I click it now, it just says set a reminder, and you can set a reminder in your YouTube there. And if you don't watch it live, it'll just be a link to the video. Coding Bat, I put up a couple. Some of these you might already have done. The ones in the section 3 are really tricky if you want some extra practice. And then The last thing, apparently on AP Classroom, they put up a new section called Optional Student Practice Free Response Questions, where you can just link and do some you can click on the link and it should, if you go to the AP Classroom, there should be a section that has some free response questions that they've curated a list of. The product review problem might be in there. Honestly, they haven't given us a preview of what it looks like for you folks. So all I have is this email. It says students will see a new optional student practice section that includes free response questions for students to practice. I have no idea what it looks like, but this is coming directly from the College Board as well. These are some resources that they've released to hopefully, again, prepare you folks. And so that's kind of everything for the week. I will have a live meeting on Friday at 11 a.m. where I'm just going to show my answers to free response questions and then take some requests maybe on some of the Code HS practice or any of the Code HS problems that you ran into. But other than that, that's it for this week. Keep up the good work. You folks are doing a fantastic job. And hopefully I'll see you Friday. And if not, hopefully everything's well. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.